Hello and welcome to Satoru versus his Backlog. With me today, as for Dark Souls as usual, is George. And we're going to do things a little bit differently this time. My sign is down.
Alright. Oh, happy October, everyone. Happy spooking season.
Indeed. What better way to begin October by ending Dark Souls?
Yeah. Well, still, it would have been appropriate to do this through October. Dark Souls is plenty spooky.
Indeed. But we've been doing...
There's been skeletons, there's been ghosts.
There's been plenty of other terrible, spooky, almost...
giant spiders, dinosaur torsos,
tentacle beasts.
Don't even get me started on the tentacle beasts.
And tonight we'll be ending it with a Mad King.
If all goes as planned.
Yes. Also, if you check this out, look at this. Clearly a dead dragon.
Nice. Yeah, we've been going a little bit light on the lore through all this.
I figure most people who'd be watching this at this point to watch people fail at Dark Souls probably know what's up. That being said, I actually didn't really know too much about the lore when I got started.
Basically, when I've started trying to investigate it outside of actually playing Dark Souls, it seems like it's been an exercise in this being made obtuse for the sake of being obtuse. And then just kind of adding on to the pile of obtusity, as they went on. Oh, and the backstab it, it'll do.
And the humanity.
Delicious. Ooh! Black Knight gear over here for you when you make your run.
I actually already did make the run here just to see what's up.
Oh.
I kind of wanted to fast track this a bit, because it's supposed to mostly just be a run to Gwyn at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I was also trying to find something, and I couldn't find it, so...
Something.
I was trying to find that large, normal ember thing that lets me actually take weapons to plus 15.
Ah, that's right.
Couldn't find it. Woo! This last guy's a spearman.
It seems like the Black Knights here are varying up their equipment a lot more.
Right? They're also, the ones with the great swords didn't really get a good chance to fight us, but they do, jump attacks and whatnot. They're actually kind of interesting.
Got a Black Knight halberd.
Nice.
Too bad it's the end of the game.
Alright.
Alright, this is it?
This should be it.
Let's see.
Prepare yourself.
Yep.
Alright, watch this guy. Whoa, 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 whoa!
Let's see what this does. Not much at all.
Not falling for that trick again. Artorias got me with it way too many times.
Nah. Why would I expect anything but a 3-swing combo?
I could use a top up.
Oh! Yes.
Alright.
No!
That looks like death.
Yeah, just trying to get off Anestus.
I had a feeling he was going to be tough. Alright.
Thing is, at the moment, he doesn't seem like he's that tough. It's just I timed that one thing very poorly. But death's a death.
But that's Gwyn, folks. That's what we're going to be dealing with for at least the next little bit. Yeah, he's big fiery sword, all sorts of stuff going wrong.
All right. So, are these like... These are not like normal Black Knights. They have respawned.
Yeah, we'll have to go through them again.
Couldn't just have a nice clean run over to the boss? What kind of game would that be?
Right? Gonna have to use your resources to get there every time. Speaking of... Oh, wait. No. I have my bow right now. Maybe after the next one I'll switch up to the oral decoy. Oral.
Teehee.
What?
What? Oh, no, that was just one slip. Speaking of, once again, apologies if my play is up a little bit wonky today.
What's going on with your play?
I told you what was going on earlier, but
Oh,
no,
right.
for folks at home, I've been playing on a 360 controller for basically the entire time we've been playing this, and I've been using a wireless dongle, like a separate peripheral to get it to connect to my laptop. And something happened in transit at some point where you need to bend a wire in order for it to make the connection properly. And I'm pretty sure that as of attempting to connect today, that wire completely broke. So the last hour before we started the stream was a frenzied attempt to find a working driver to connect a PS3 controller to a PC. But now it works.
Oh, ah!
Oh!
Hopefully you survived that encounter.
Nope, I rolled off. Decided it looked like a good idea.
Fair enough. How embarrassing.
It's like, oh, it's a Black Knight. I could take one of these by myself. How many times have I done this? Where's the floor? Once again, the floor betrays me.
This is what you get for taking it for granted, really. Oh my god, cramped.
No, I'm fine. Well and wide awake. Do not treat
Long cramped is long.
Snake.
There, I got it out of my system.
Okay.
Is it? Very well. Then.
Alright.
Ceiling cramped is watching you beat Gwyn. Yeah, it doesn't work as well.
Yeah. Solid effort. Alright, just waiting for you to drop your sign again.
I'm almost there. I was sent all the way
Alright.
back to Chamber of the Princess.
Ah.
Because I died first.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I can see my souls from here.
Nice. Yeah,
The glowy green beacon off in the distance.
it's basically open field from here to Gwyn. Okay.
Okay. Once more.
Feeling.
This time, let's try not to embarrass ourselves.
Oh, that's not happening.
I can dream.
Alright, here he comes.
And retrieval.
Watch him.
Yep.
Go. Not again. There's even a bloodstain here.
Guess whose bloodstain that is?
Considering I'm only connected to the one node.
It's my shame laid bare in front of you.
That was fun.
Iconite Great Axe. I thought these were supposed to be relatively rare drops.
Are you still wearing the gold?
I am not wearing Covetous Gold Serpent.
Alright. Let's give this guy one
Alright.
go.
Round 2. Ting, ting, ting.
The wheel of fate is turning. Whoa, you don't get to grab me. But keep your hands to yourself.
Nope. This is a very fast reaction.
Mr. Grabby Man.
Nope.
Ooh, that backswing.
Oh, get out of there.
Stay away from me.
Hold on. I'm coming up on him.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh, that sucks.
Is it just me, or did he get way more aggressive there at the end?
A bit, yeah.
Alright, well let me know how that goes. think something that gives me a bit more fire protection would be good. Isn't the Goldhem Black Gauntlet supposed to give more?
Oh, got him down to around a quarter. He starts throwing in extra swings towards the end.
I guess he gets more
So-
desperate.
Yeah, so be more careful of that.
Will do.
It really doesn't seem like there's any kind of extra visual cue to it. It's just more swings on his combo.
Treat me like an old withering.
Yeah, I just guess as he dies, he starts to get more desperate to kill you.
Very well. Then
Alright, let me actually hit up the Lord Vessel so it stops sending me to the chamber of the princess.
Good idea. Part of the problem is also his reaction speed on things. Like, I'd watch him get done with the combo, start drinking an Estus as he's still finishing the wind down, and then in the time it took me to drink one, he'd stop, start up a whole nother attack, and complete it.
Yeah, Estus is a lot more dangerous in that fight, I'm noticing. My sign is down.
Alright. Killing a Black Knight on my own. Because I'm big and strong. And independent.
Independent cleric that needs no wanderer.
Strong, independent, undead. Don't need no phantom. Finally got a Black Knight shield. Is that gesturing for fun, or were you trying to use something?
I was gesturing for fun.
Ah. And was it fun?
Yeah, I think it was fun. I like the shrug emote.
Good.
Come and get me. Surprise!
Oh god, at the level you stab, that goes up his butt. I've just now noticed. Hee hee. And I'm 5 again.
You say that like you ever left that age.
Yeah, like, what? Hey.
I thought it was funny. Oh wow, did you see that? You kind of freaked out there.
I didn't. I saw him just kind of winding up and then not winding up. I missed the fun this time.
He did some weird thing where, like, he bent really hard at the waist. Way harder than his model had any right to.
I'm gonna need to check that out later.
Alright.
Okay, we all good.
Yeah, let's give this a go.
Alright. Oh yeah, because he starts out with just 2 swings on his combo, so yeah, it does extend the further we go. Ow. It's weird, it also seems like sometimes that second swing, like, doesn't really do any damage, it just kind of staggers you a little bit.
It's probably designed to break your poise.
Saw a little stagger there. That might be a sign of the stage transition.
That probably is exactly what it is. Don't die. I just wandered back to hit a humanity up.
Or phase transition, rather.
No, no grabby hands. Bad.
No means no. Ooh. Ooh. And there we go.
Make your decision.
All right. That's a lot of souls.
Right? I only got half of that, and I've basically got what I need for another level, so I'm gonna go get that really quick before fighting Gwyn myself. First, we repair. Next, we level up. Which provides me even more flame defense, which would be very useful for fighting Gwyn. Drop something. Okay. And now for my personal run to Gwyn now.
So, the music that plays over the end credits. This sounds extremely similar to something that I've heard before in Hollow Knight. It's almost like one was inspired by the other.
Ah! No, not again. Duke. I've never actually finished Hollow Knight.
Huh, I didn't realize you started.
I did. I got up to the one like city where it's raining all the time, probably because it's under a river and there's a hole broken somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't even have to be a river. A pond or a stream would do, given the scale.
Or however exactly everything in Hollow Knight works. That's one of the things I'm kind of enjoying about it right now, is from what I've seen of the extrapolations on the bits you get for the lore, on what exactly is happening with the story, that actually also reminds me very much of what I would imagine Dark Souls was like at the very beginning, when everyone didn't have all the pieces and the benefit of like multiple years and multiple sequels to fill in all of the holes that there were, where you almost get the idea that maybe the developer doesn't even have a full idea of how everything in the plot fits together, and just like, here's a bunch of elements, we've left ways for this to fit together, let's see what you come up with. Because I'm finding out there's all kinds of like side stuff coming out for it. Like on top of the DLC they're doing, there's also like there's a side lore comic where you follow around like a lot of several of the side characters, which I can't even remember how exactly they're distributing that. So yeah.
All right, now it's time for me to fight Gwyn.
Who would have thought tiny adorable cartoon bugs would be so involved?
It's like Solaire can't get health from me. Ah! Turned around and stabbed me in the face.
Was it one of those hard pivots?
Yeah, it was super hard.
Ooh.
And again. Ah, he threw me in the air. Solaire, no. Ah. And that's it. Gwyn's dead. I mean, I could light the bonfire, take my place as Gwyn's replacement, but I don't know. I mean, I've seen the world that exists right now. Would it really be such a good idea to stay on top of that? There aren't even going to be lords, so what happens when the world needs to replace me at that point?
That sounds like a future Brett problem.
It could be a future Brett problem. Or I could take responsibility and make it present Brett's problem.
I
think I should go talk to Ramped about this.
You know, I didn't even realize that was an option.
My lord, bless thy safe return. Let Kath and Frampt serve your highness. We are here to serve your highness. true dark be cast upon the world. Our Lord hath returned.
Original Dark Souls, do not steal. You know, I somehow expected that fighting Gwyn would take us like 2 hours, and I kind of didn't expect just 30 minutes.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't the hardest boss.
I expected him to be a lot harder. Maybe it's just because after things like dealing with Artorias, we were just that much better prepared for the game. Although I kind of maybe relied a little bit too much on Solaire on my end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there was mocap in this game. Interesting. I thought that this was like at that point where they hadn't quite gotten to mocap yet. But I guess everything does have a certain weight to it you couldn't get by just painstakingly putting together the animation. So I guess I chose the ending where I cast the world into darkness.
Well, that's your choice.
Yep.
I did not, but then again, I just kind of beelined for the fire when I saw it.
It's because the game has taught you that you want to light those fires every time.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of seemed to me like if I sat down at the place that we found Gwyn, might not necessarily be such a good idea considering the world's state. I wanted to see if there were any other options, and I guess the other option was to just ignore it and let the world continue into the Age of Darkness.
And let's see how that goes.
Well, there isn't 2 more games after this, so, I mean, clearly that must be the true ending, right?
I guess.
There's certainly no way the world can come back from stepping into the next age when we've literally destroyed fire, right?
Seems unlikely.
Yeah, no way.
So that's Dark Souls. Like, we missed a couple side areas, but that's pretty much Dark Souls.
And then you start back off in Northern Undead Asylum, hollowed out again. Pillage that corpse. Or run to the
hollowed
first
out with all your stuff.
Yep. I'll run to the first bonfire, and that's what I'll end this on. Figure it's a good bookend. Alright. Well then, what's let's say we quit this game. We suggested there might be something afterwards, so if you'll give me just one moment.
Is this the part where I get myself out of chat?
If you want to stick around for a little bit, and, I don't know, watch what's going on stream, then feel free. I don't necessarily think you need to leave just yet. I just need to make a couple of adjustments so Steam will let me launch the next game. So, we've played a couple of sort of long-winded RPG-ish sort of things at this point, and I thought I'd go back to something a little bit shorter, in a sense, although it may end up not being shorter. Also, something single-player for a little bit so that George doesn't have to keep making space in his schedule if he doesn't want to. Which, it's been incredibly fun to play alongside of you, and I'm hoping that we can come up with some way to keep this going.
No, don't try to spare my ego.
But I figure with it being the month of October, the month of spooky, scary stuff, I should probably go on to playing something scary and spooky. But, I mean, how the heck am I going to top, I don't know, skeletons, the horrible undead, dragons, and mad kings, exactly? How about witches?
You know what's scarier than witches? Guns.
You know what's scarier than guns and witches?
Sega.
Oh my god, that worked out perfectly!
Wait, you're telling me there's witches and guns?
There are witches and guns.
Oh god.
In your
Nowhere is safe.
You have broken the ancient commandments and crafted a bond with one of the light. Our laws are clear. They demand you be eternally imprisoned. As for the impure child, she must be kept from the path of the dark arts forever.
So that's the part where I actually bring you up on Twitch.
Indeed. Yep. The next game in the long lineup of things I have to deal with in my backlog, Bayonetta. Which will be the first, I think, platinum game I've done on stream, but it won't be the last. I have others that I want to do.
Others.
Bayonetta.
Technically, I have to finish Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance at some point. Also Vanquish. Vanquished. So, yeah, this is another game I haven't actually played all the way through. It's a platinum game, therefore I'm going to play it. It's, cheesecakey. Cheesecake all over the place.
Oh, that's a very good way to put it. Well, as long as Brett will let me continue to sit here and bother him while he's doing his thing. This is a game that I played to completion a few times. It's been a long time now. So, until I have an opportunity to bone back up on it, throw out a general thing here or there. In the meantime, enjoy totally not dual
from the records
dates.
of time. There once existed 2 European clans who served as overseers of history.
I am hard pressed to think of an intro that just like set the tone as well and got you like as pumped up.
And the luminous sages, controllers of the light. The clans paid each other great respect, and their efforts to
I
maintain
probably should have turned the
between
game sound down a little bit,
defended
actually.
the just passage of time. Yet one day, that balance was toppled.
Because if I'm having a hard time, like, making you out, it's probably even worse on strain. This game's kind of loud, so I'll see about fixing that just as soon as I can.
Alright.
Should have done a little bit of practice to make sure I could hear you while I was playing it.
We also didn't know that
harmonious
Gwyn's would take an hour
into
if that.
disagreement. And
Yeah,
stoked the flames
that was a little
of hatred
disappointing.
against each other, resulting in an era of strife.
Almost as though that might have been the idea.
Between the Umbra
That you'd
and
get
the
through this
Lumen
entire really long game. Like, I actually kind of noticed the bosses that were holding the Lord Souls weren't very
and
good at it.
casualty. It was truly a gruesome war. Like the tremendous radiance of God shining upon them, the Lumen sages were gradually
so I think here.
by the assault of the
There was Seed,
secretive dark
which
ages.
had a more easily exploitable
Years
mechanism.
after the balance was lost,
Bed of Chaos,
the
who was
war
a puzzle boss.
choose favor.
There's Nito, who, like, once we got the ads under control, wasn't too bad. But I don't know, I would say Nito was a suitable-ish challenge.
Ish.
And who's number 4? I'm blanking right now.
The Four Kings.
That's right. No, 4 Kings were annoying.
But
I
once
think
we
4 Kings were right about right on.
Fair enough.
Their victory was short-lived. Fearing the witch's dark abilities, humans began to condemn the remaining Umbra. They launched the witch hunts, rounding up the
What's
battleweary
that?
witches with little resistance,
You thought you were done dealing
and
with dragons.
subjugating those who wished to continue the struggle. Human faith in the miracles of their god pushed the witch hunts further, and soon the Umbra witches, keepers of the darkness, were extinguished from the earth. All but one.
John! I'm okay! Let's go! Just stay close to me!
So can you stay still during that entire opening and just let it play out?
I've never tried. I want to see I've seen someone attempt it, but I can't remember what happened.
Like, I don't see a health bar, so I'm inclined to believe you're invincible. Alright, hold on one moment. Well, I cut the game's volume just a little bit because I'm completely professional. Alright, try talking now.
Okay. Oh, how's that?
Seems a bit better. I'm gonna adjust just a little bit further. Get them to like the medium point. That seems fair.
Right, I'm pretty sure you have subtitles through the whole game unless you consciously turn them off. So,
Just in case, I will double check that. Display settings. Subtitles are on.
alright.
Alright, beginning with the vestibule. Which, in Platinum game style, is going to probably be a tutorial level.
Well, it is the prologue.
If you were going to teach a player to do something, there would be the time to do it.
You should enjoy this.
It looks like Humpty Dumpty's taking his last fall. Even old Eggman the Destroyer gets scrambled in the end, right? You know, I still don't get why the hell you dragged me out here for these things. I just drop off the merchandise. Hey, bet you can't guess what today is.
I am the way to the city of world.
Reading the good Lord's book ain't gonna do much. People have been waiting for this asshole to get whacked for ages. Please. Hell, look around. There's no love lost for old Humpty Dumpty. But you gotta keep the outfit happy. We don't take care of him, they take care of us. And I prefer my shoes made out of rubber, not concrete. But hey, it's that kind of town. Without good-hearted souls like us to put these bastards 6 feet under, where'd society be? Of course, the pay's not bad either. Jesus, you really get into this shit, don't you? If it were me, I'd be praying he ends up barbecued. Or at least sunny side up. You can keep praying, but the only way this guy's meeting the Lord is if God's hungry for breakfast. Speaking of hungry, we done here? My kids are baking me a birthday cake tonight. Cute little fuckers, I'll tell you what. Well then, adios.
So you can't help but notice that as he talks to her, he's talking to whichever body part of hers happens to be at eye level at that point. Which wouldn't really get me if he didn't look like he was actually waiting for it to respond.
Ah, I hate this damn light. I can't see a thing. Oh, but they're there, ain't they? You hearing me? You can see them, can't you?
I see them. They are instruments of God, descending upon his heavenly rays to earth.
Oh my God!
Dear Lord, grant us guidance and keep safe the souls of our loved ones for all eternity.
There's also moments like that where you actually see her proportions in a not ideal angle and you realize just how actually inhumanly she's built.
Yeah, leave it to Sega to give people who are so inhumanly shaped a chance, right? Also, I gotta give him props for calling out Eggman. Game's already started and Eggman is dead.
Are you trying to tell me you think there's some kind of connection when the game is made by Sega?
Maybe.
Forgive me, Eggman. I didn't mean all that Humpty Dumpty shit. I swear.
Next time you want me hands.
I can only imagine in like the lore Bible for this when they were looking at Enzo, just the entire description for him is Joe Pesci. Do we need anything else to go on? No. This should do you just fine.
How about you get out of here? You die, and I'm gonna have to go back in that hole chasing after the money you want.
Do you naughty little angels deserve a good spanking?
Also, appreciate that the one they managed to do the tower on is the Kamiya grave.
Mm-hmm. So they can get some more screen time.
Bayonetta.
So yeah, if you didn't potentially feel awkward about this game, enough about this game already, keep in mind that at any point in time, Bayonetta is basically naked.
Now, this is
because all of her clothing is made of her
throwing
hair.
me these cheap toys.
Yep, that gets pretty obvious pretty quick.
I've got quantity.
That's one of the things that I did find really interesting about this game in retrospect, though, is yes, it does, like you said, really play up the cheese candy thing. Like, there is a lot of very overt sexuality in it, but it's all done in a much power sense than you're used to seeing in bigger budget games, where, like, pretty much all of it is, like, she does it on her own terms, and she uses it just as much as, like, a weapon as anything else.
Yep.
If you're just gonna watch, I'm putting you to the work. That was your last call. No more shots from me, Bayonetta.
As long as there's music, I'll keep on dancing.
I need a second to negotiate dinner.
You've got dinner to eat?
No, not really. Not yet.
Look at this, a tutorial section.
Quit messing around.
Yeah, if you were going to play a character action game, you chose a very good time to do it, right after a Souls game.
right? That's a more deliberate action game. This kind of is the opposing force to it.
I played a lot of these before I touched anything like all that similar to the Souls game. So it was a huge adjustment for me, like for everything to have as much weight to it as it did. That and the like non-instantaneous reaction to a lot of things. Like I got very used to being able to cancel into a roll in the middle of a combo. And then suddenly, not only was I not able to do that, but I found even after I got hit by something, I would continue to do like the attacks that I already put in inputs for.
Yeah.
So it required just a lot more deliberate.
So, before I continue, I want to point out, halos are golden rings.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Sonic Quest golden rings. I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
Surely.
Next comes the part where we try to explain away her collecting television on. Okay, so important question. Who did Fly Me to the Moon better? Was it Bayonetta or was it Evangelion?
Good question. Does it have to be a contest?
Well, so assuming you believe one is better than the other and you're not going to judge that they're equally good on their own merits, which that's a valid answer.
I think this fits the thematics of what they're doing just fine.
That's even more of a non-answer than I expected. But you know what? We'll allow it.
Whoa! Hey, buddy.
And now, I don't know how much you're going to ultimately care about scoring at the end of a given stage, but if you do, that little bit that you just got on the like the guns, how you can do the extended fire with them, the primary utility for that is going to be to like hit stuff out of the way or knock it down somewhere you can get an easier combo in on it. Otherwise, though, you can use that as a combo extender to basically, if you comboed something out of range and you want to keep your combo going, focus fire on that for a moment as you close back in on it.
Good to know. I know later on they give you the ability to maintain your actual attack combo by dodging.
Mm-hmm. They're still fairly generous with it. They're really encouraging you to like roll out and just do some really wacky shit once you find out how to.
You can't take me like this! It's against regulations, I tell you!
Oh my god.
Who did
You
that?
could
I just
you could
bought the
quietly
damn thing.
hear it in the background.
Haven't you figured it out yet? There's no quarter for you in this world.
Wah! Ooh, that wasn't cool until I got hit. Get on the ground.
Another question. What are your thoughts on raw chicken?
Raw chicken's pretty good.
Well, that's good. We're going to be seeing a lot of it.
I mean, is it wall turkey?
Could be wall turkey.
Only a silver, though.
Rodan should be paying me for even touching these toys.
You have any idea how much this is gonna cost to fix? How the fuck do I always get wrapped up in this shit?
Engine still purrs nicely. Now, about this little thing you've been looking into for me, Enzo. Let's have a quick chat.
See? This is why I told you I was going home. I just got held up in the air by some invisible things, and you want an intelligence briefing? It never stops with you!
You keep belly aching like that, and you're liable to wake Eggman from the dead. And I don't think either of you would like that.
Ah!
Catch you later, Bayonetta. Something tells me you're gonna need a rush on our special project before the shit hits the fan.
That was
Wait,
weird.
Rodan! What about Eggman?
Such a popular chap. I bet they hate him down there as much as you did when he was up here. We just need to make sure he won't come crawling back when they kick him out.
Nothing a flower bed can't fix. Fill her up.
You heard the man. Finish up in 5 minutes or you're walking home to your cake and candles.
What? Don't you leave me here!
I'm a little sad my computer loads it so quick, because that screen where I get to play with stuff looks fun.
I'm screwed!
Mm-hmm. That's basically just mess around with combos and get a feel for what you want to do.
Percent I earned on this charade to pay for the damage. I tell you what, if I could see them bastards that did this to my car, forget about it.
Enzo, the road. Pay attention to
How can you be so calm? You're still getting screwed in all this too. Of all the low-life scum in too deep in this town, I've never seen one get wrapped up in a fight with God's messengers. Dressed like a nun, too. When you end up in the afterlife, that's not going to be pretty.
I can't help it if I like the little outfits. The toys are nice, too.
Hey, 20 years ago, you woke up stuck in a casket at the bottom of a lake. All you can remember is that you're a witch. But now, you're stuck because you gotta sacrifice our halo-wearing friends every day or they'll drag your ass back down to hell. I know I thought I got screwed, but being forced to slap around the divine for a living, that's really getting screwed.
If I needed a biographer, you wouldn't be my first choice. I see to the funeral. You get me the information I asked for. That was our deal.
Come on now! Look at my poor car! I'm working for free after this! At least let me get a drink at Rodan's before you start grilling me. The info I got is good. It's gonna get you close to finding the other stone in the pair, and figuring out some of that lost past of yours. I swear.
Not even trying to hide that we're giving you a plot dump.
Yep. I appreciate that they're just doing it now.
Just like a girl. Jesus, can't you take a joke?
Enzo, someone.
If you're going to keep up the pace on an action game, that is the way to do it. It seems like they're not even making an attempt to hide it. Which also, by the way, Bayonetta's looking for jewels. Sonic's looking for jewels.
I'm sure the parallels don't stop.
Huh? What the fuck?
Now this part I remember, and I remember the end of it, and it's pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll save that for when I'm done with it, presuming I don't screw up. Which time in this part works a little differently, actually. They don't really tell you that part.
You? What's the matter, Bayonetta? All that sleeping made you soft.
And as you can see at this point, I have access to health meter.
Which means now it is possible to fail.
Yep, it is possible to die at this point.
Yeah, when you see that torture attack come up, you will want to mash. If you care about how many halos you have.
Yeah. Do not appreciate that. Sorry, not to interrupt you. You'll see what I mean in a second. And that was a gold. Platinum coffee, dark roast.
Those assholes sure know how to get attention. Even perk the ears of the hotheads down home.
You don't say.
It's getting harder and harder to tell the worlds apart.
So, detail I didn't learn until much, much later on. Renaissance artist named Rodin actually had a work called The Gates of Hell.
Paradiso. Who can tell the difference?
So yeah, nice little thematic thing to throw in.
Even harder with Purgatorio in the middle.
That's actually pretty neat. I didn't even think
Fight
to
long
look it up.
enough in there and you'll really lose sight. Why the sudden interest in metaphysics?
I don't really think there's much of the significance
balance,
past that.
right?
Hey, we can't.
Even if some of them like messing around with the humans, we've all got a stake in this
Sort of
status
the
quo.
way how it goes.
But people keep fucking around like this, the Book of Revelations is gonna look like Mother Goose. Heaven and hell are gonna go straight for each other's throats.
Heaven and hell can tear each other to pieces for all I care. I've got my own problems to worry about.
Something's up. Everything was a bit too bracing, and Enzo's tip makes the timing too perfect. This reeks of a setup. Someone in one of those lost memories calling you out. I got a little present for you. These babies are special. Built from an alloy the devil himself would kill to get his hands on. Don't break these, 'cause they're one of a kind.
I'm a particular fan of the method in which new weapons get crafted for you in this, but you'll see that in a little while.
Yep, I've seen it, but yeah, I'll stay mum on it until it actually shows up, because it's pretty great.
Also, they gave you a quick little close-up on
me out. I don't
her
go
pistols
into
there.
strange offers.
There's a name for this entire group
Then
of
again,
weapons.
I'm
It's
getting
called
a little
Scarborough Fair.
tired of these weaklings
each one of
they
them
keep
has a name.
throwing at me. Maybe I should aim for something a bit more high class.
Care to venture a guess?
Hold on just a moment.
Oh, okay.
You'll need to repeat that one more time for me.
Okay.
Not
They
to
give you a
butt
little
into your
close-up right when
affairs,
she
but I'm pretty
pulls
sure you
out
got somewhere better
her
to
new
be.
guns, which I
The
think you can
guys
still see
you're
a
up
couple of
against
shots there.
aren't the type to wait for you to finish
The
a
full set of
round.
guns called Scarborough Fair. And there's 4 of them. Would you care to venture a guess on the names? Because each one has an individual name.
Enzo, her drinks are going on your tab, buddy.
I don't actually know, but I'm sure it's not Ebony and Ivory, because that's from a different game.
Deadbeat motherfucker.
Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
Of course.
If I remember right... Now that'll come up later.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's what you've been waiting for. Angel attack! Ready, fire!
I heard it, and I was too late. Ah.
Round over.
Alright, let's see here. You know what? Give me those halos.
Money is always good.
money that I can use on all sorts of things is always good. Especially because this is a platinum game and I haven't gotten one particular skill yet.
So, I asked around, and some whale in Europe is trying to fence a huge rock on the black market. He calls it the right eye, saying it's part of some set called the Eyes of the World. Fits the bill of what you're after, don't it? Now, here's the funny bit. The stone passes around the halls of power for hundreds of years, vanishes, and then the black market goes white hot for the thing. But the seller wanted an arm and a leg for it, to the point no one could stomach the price. So back goes the stone. But not before everyone figures out where the guy is. You're gonna enjoy doing this one, I bet. I love sticking it to the rich. Of course, when you do, don't forget your old buddy Enzo stuck his neck out on this one. Slide me a few fuzzoles out of the rich guy's pocket for my troubles, right? Anyways, you better get going before the trail gets cold. Off to the middle of nowhere. Paradise of Europe. Vigrid.
So basically what you're telling me is there's a lot of unrest around these gems. What one might call it chaos.
Quite. Thus far, we only know of 2.
And that by attempting to gather them together, you're attempting to impose some level of control over them. I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
Assuredly.
So you're telling me your character is primarily colored black with highlights in white, red, and gold. And that they primarily like to use guns.
To be fair, hold on. I need to remember when Bayonetta was made.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
So, this is supposed to be paradise?
Hey, you know what? To be fair, better game than what you were referring to. Although I think there would be something to be said if double jumping caused you to get butterfly wings in that other game.
It has to exist somewhere, but mod for a model swap.
You know what? I think I'd play that, even though I'm not a...
Further research is required.
And now to actually justify how it is that normal citizens don't go to the places I'm going. Which walls? I don't actually know if that's what they're called. Oh wait, there's a key.
What I absolutely love here, use the key as a weapon.
Yep.
Like, I'm actively trying to think of games where you can do that. There's Mario 2. There's this. Technically Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, hold on a second. That would be if this whole game let you use one key. I don't think that quite counts. That's a sword that is also a key. I'm going to do everybody a favor and not read this on stream. Actually, I've read most of these books. At some point, I'll go over some of the lore they cover. Okay, I need to make sure to dodge out of punish like that. And now I know how to do this next bit, but when I did it before, I didn't actually fall into the water, so I'm gonna go check that out real quick. And having not been in water for very long, I have to wonder. I'm inclined to believe there's no drowning in this. Would you care to confirm or deny?
As far as I know, you can't drown in this.
Here we go.
However, yes, don't think I would have thought to even check. As long as we're on that train of thought, that may happen eventually.
Alright, and up we go. Also, watching people freak out because of the things you're doing, making it clear that it's affecting the real world. Nice touch.
Mm-hmm.
They've sort of indicated this already, but basically the idea is that Bayonetta fights inside of sort of a purgatory-ish state. It's basically one step removed from the real world, or rather the human world.
Or really the way it works is it's kind of a sidestep. And then you'll get to see what the extra step away in either direction gets you a little bit later.
I knew it. This town's teeming with heaven's little helpers. It's making my buddies downstairs awfully nervous.
And your point is?
Some places in this world are closer to Paradiso or Inferno. The rat hole of a town you and I live in is close to both. But the Vigridians, they got a special air about them. They're closer to Paradiso than anyone should ever be. And that shit just plain creeps me out. I guess I'm gonna have to set up shop here and score me some halos. These stupid rings are worth a fortune back home. Since it seems you're spoiling for a fight, if you come across any of these, bring them to me, and I'll hook you up.
Another one looking to line his pockets. I'm beginning to see why Enzo is so fond of you.
Real cute. But let's get one thing straight. Your fights are yours alone. I'm only here to watch my handiwork in action. So don't get any bright ideas about coming to me for help.
No. You get one thing straight. I'm not the slightest bit interested in the fact that you made these guns. If you get in my way, I will... How do the Americans put it? Oh yes, bust a cap in yo ass.
Right on, baby. Right on.
Sorry, I need to destroy all the furniture here to collect the golden rings hidden within. If only people knew.
They're sitting on top of a literal gold mine.
Also, the various alchemical bits.
You here for business or pleasure? Either
And
way,
these are what equate to
I'll
your
hook you up.
bonfires.
Alright, first things first, let's take a look at these techniques. And that's all I can pick up for now, but I'll be back for the next bit too. That's just the ability to dodge in midair I picked up. Which isn't super useful because I haven't figured out my chase attack that exists in so many games where you knock someone into the air and then you chase them up to continue attacking them. Once I figure that out, that'll be super useful.
The one of them that was also on the list on there was essentially Stinger. That's your dash gap closer. That's going to be really useful when you try getting a little bit more fancy with your combos.
Yeah. But it's okay. This early on, I'm alright with my combos being kind of crappy and my not getting perfect platinums all over the place. I'll get them where I can, but again, I haven't actually played this game very far, so I'm not going to be great at it. Hopefully I can prevent myself from completely embarrassing myself.
Once I'm actually seeing what you're doing a little bit closer in real time, since I'm watching on Twitch now, and I think there's like a good 5 to 10 second delay. Like, if we can get that figured out, I'll see if I can help point you towards a couple of the more hidden fights. Because what you'll see on a chapter breakdown, you didn't see this from the prologue because there are only the 2 possible fights to get in. But you don't have to fight every encounter, like they refer to as verses. You don't have to fight every verse in order to actually clear the stage. In fact, they'll intentionally hide a few of them away in corners, just to make getting the pure platinum that much more difficult. Because even if you go pure platinum and say you maybe get 2/3 of the verses that you can just easily pick up, you still won't get a perfect score at the end because you just didn't participate in all of the fights. It takes your average out of everything there is as opposed to everything that you actually participated in.
Yeah. And I'm fairly certain I've missed something already. Probably had to turn around after making my way over the water the first time to go get a secret fight.
If I remember right, right around that first key you grabbed, there is one. But again, I am super rusty on this, so I'll try and see if I can find something before next time, so I can try and coach properly.
Magic bullet, which I'm gonna need for more angel attack. Everyone's favorite name. And a piece of heart, effectively.
Da 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 da.
More alchemy bits.
And I don't know if they ever say so explicitly anywhere, but in the big lore dump text files that you're skipping past. But any one of those chests, that is actually the remains of a witch that was killed in the witch hunts. So in order to accumulate any kind of worthwhile item, you basically have to desecrate a grave.
That makes sense. It basically fits everything in this.
Alright. You got this under control for now?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, we see if we can get the technicalities worked out sometime after you get done. And I am going to duck out for now.
Alright.
Surely on this getting terribly.
Yeah, because I think at this point it's just me playing the game. Alright, catch you later, man. Thanks for joining me.
No problem.
And that was the finisher. Only silver. curious about something real quick. Now, in regards to what George talked about earlier.
Well, well. An Angelic Hymns Gold LP. Got your hands on something awfully rare, haven't you? That thing is the perfect bait to coax out some of hell's uglies. One note hits their ears, and a damn who's who of Inferno comes pouring out of the inner circles. Then I can use them to breathe life into what I make best. Weapons of mass destruction. Tell you what, you give me that record and I'll order up something so fiendish, angels will cry at the sight of it. I'll just have to pop down to the tropics for a bit, so take a load off. All done. He's a little rude, but he makes up for it with charm. Be nice to him, okay?
Alright, now, I believe I'm only at 17,000, or 1,700 rather, so I still can't pick up the tech I want to get. I'm gonna pop back further. Ooh-ah! Let's get out of the hallway. Wow. believe I have enough. Where is... Yes, I do in fact have enough.
Take care of my babies, will you? Some people may have a thing for the 45s, but to me, these are the real works of art. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Not sure what thing is getting me my health back at random. I'm sure it's not at random.
What are you doing? Let's go. Oof, okay, I didn't expect the tail.
it's that damage. I think there was something there for me to grab, but it's gone now. Oh well. Alright.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
And because of that item I just picked up, well, technically the way that works is it actually makes you come in here for alchemy. Missed one fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's what you've been waiting for. Angel attack! Ready, fire!
Ugh. Gotta make this last shot count.
Round over.
It's actually a bad round. As usual. Take those halos. Save because that seems like the good idea.
Fancy bumping into you here. Out to find some answers about your past, are we?
You've quite the familiar face, and using the same powers. But you'll have to forgive me. Do we know each other?
Same powers? Don't make me laugh. Your little dip in that lake has left you a bit rusty.
I've been high and dry for 20 years now. The only rust on me is from the lack of any real challenge. Perhaps you're up for the task.
You've already disappointed me. This is a moment I've long desired. But you've forgotten your destiny and wasted the past 20 years.
You're right. I do seem to be having trouble remembering things of late. Would you be so kind as to take it from the top?
2 overseers, the eyes of the world. They are the power behind everything.
John, as heir to the clan, the time has come for you to prove your right to fight under the Umbran name. You may select opponents of your choice.
Then allow me to face the outcast.
Then none. Helen Kiadagat. The child is of impure blood. Challenging her would be a violation of our tenets of faith.
It would not be the first time we've faced each other.
Kiard?
Will you face me in this hallowed arena?
Well, if I must. But I pray you've got a little something for me in return. You know, I'm very fond of stuffed animals.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Memories. What powers they unlock.
Sean.
Well, that covers how we're gonna get across here. Just in case. Alright. That bird. more magical words.
Do you believe in fate? Fate brought us here together, and it will never tear us apart. Sayonara. Fleur de ciré, eau de parfum. Such a wonderful floral bouquet. With its subtle hints of rosemary. You know, in the language of flowers, rosemary equates to remembrance. Which doesn't quite equate to you, now does it? Bayonetta. Shit! Will you stop that?
That little Bayonetta was a nice touch. Seeing you here, I suppose it wasn't the only one. You've certainly bloomed, haven't you, my little Cheshire puss?
I'm not your pet. The name is Luca. A name you'd better remember. Ah! Shit! Damn it! Wait! You can't just run away from me like that! I know what I saw that day! I know all about your kind. Sure, my colleagues laugh at me for chasing fairy tales, amongst other things. But I know they're real. I know the truth. Smell. It's the same smell that clung to the air the day my father was murdered. Which means I'm right on your doorstep, Bayonetta.
I'll let you in on a little secret, Cheshire.
The name is Luca.
You need to hone your sense of smell, my dear. There's no rosemary in the perfume. After all, rosemary's a demon repellent.
You only run away so fast because you've got something to run from. Me! But you can't escape me forever.
Last of those halos, pick up the dual swords. Yeah. Hold on. Just head back into the alley over here. But I missed the butterfly. Oh well. Okay. That's what I've been trying to figure out how to do. 1 and then 2. That's it. Whoa! Ah! Ow. I guess touching their axes kills you? Interesting.
Shadow remains cast.
Alright, let's try that again. Hold on. Okay, good. I think everything's... What the?
Too late. Second gold. Yeah. Quasi una fantasia. Actually, before we move forward, we should move backward. Enter the Alpine. Sure, let's take a look-see.
So I need significantly more powerful attacks, eh? That's probably the way to go. Alright, let's try that. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm used to just being able to bush and mash my way through these, so actually coming up with powerful attack combos is not something I've had to do yet. Ah, so close. Okay, I think I got this one figured out. I just have to be a little less trigger happy and a little bit more ready to dodge that first hit. Alright, you.
What was that?
Okay. I was expecting something to become available here, but I guess not.
What was that? Another LP? Working me to the bone. But no need to pity me. I was bored anyways. Let me go whip some things into shape for you. This took a bit of pounding to shape, but the workmanship's solid. Now, go put this thing to good use.
Fun fact about this particular weapon, I can only wear it in the hands. Heel slide is stiletto, but for kicks rather than, kicks rather than punches. And to show it off, I'll go ahead and throw that on now. And over here, the statue's repaired.
Who's there?
You've played enough hide and seek, my scurrying little friend.
Just a child? What are you doing running around Vigrid? You're certainly not dressed in your Sunday best.
figment of my imagination. Missed 2 fights. Died once. Took way too much damage.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's what you've been waiting for. Angel attack! Ready, fire!
Ah.
Round over.
And now it's merely set the place ablaze. Due to an interesting problem I ran into last time, this is the farthest I made during my test setup. So.
Hey, check this out. What are you buying? Heard that in a game once.
Alright, no chance that I'm gonna get any of this right now. So let's take a look at those techniques again. down to up, huh? Interesting. Is this the other way around? Press B. No. Dance. Hold down RT movement as possible during this attack. Can I stop it? No. From what I can tell, there's no way to come out of it. Interesting, but... Oh, I know this one. You know what, I'll give it a go. This is a way of... Yeah, this is a pretty good one, actually. It's a gap closer from midair. Okay. I can see how that might combo into afterburner kicks, so let's pick that up. Oh, wait, before that, press B will hold RT. Yeah, interesting. I think I'm gonna go with the afterburner kick.
Non si circus todos on la puna. All put madrias. Your come all abakama. Chaos go. Samba. Non si oros. Si circus. Non son non si bagre non si oros turcam. Non son quaspia pila iadna. Paul ka. Desi.
If I was your child, I'd be an awfully ugly witch, wouldn't I? Yours is a face only a mother could love, and one I could never forget. If only I could remember where from.
Non si circus todos on circus. Non si parcis.
No quarrel? You're in no position to decide that. See, my infernal partners love my ability to eliminate your kind. I figure your sacrifice would shut them up for a while.
And yeah, at least here, all of the angels will be on fire, making attacking them directly not a good idea. Also, the grounds that are on fire are also deadly, so I'm trying not to touch those. It's getting me with the same attack over and over and over again. Let's try that again.
Shadow remains cast.
We'll just skip this. Ah! I need him to come after me. Still enough to have achieved silver. Ah, that's how I'm getting him back. Still, I want to check it out over here, see if there's anything worth my time. Is this like Pompeii or something? Was Vigrid made on top of a volcano? Ah! Alright, let's try that one more time, but from a better angle. Ah! Ah! Uh-oh. And if one of them was hard, here comes two. No! I'll eat the hit for using an item. I'm dodging too soon. Oh boy. Easy puzzle to solve. Now that I understand the mechanics. So let's take this back. Ah, I don't want to go back just yet, though. Let's see one more thing to pick up over there, at least. I find it interesting that I'm in the belly of the beast here. Awesome. As soon as I can, I'll hop over and talk to Rodan. Where else I can run to? Watch it. That looks dicey. Oh, I know where this goes. Time for another challenge. I'll be back for that. Alright, what do we got? Neat. Alright, let's go repair that bridge. Right. See about turning back time, eh? Oh, what? Okay. No, come on! I don't like the sound of that. Controllers are threatening to vibrate literally out of my hand as I'm doing this. Oh boy. I think I see what's coming. Oh no, this is not exactly what I was expecting. Old Coliseum. trophies keep going down. Unfortunate fact of me not really knowing what I'm doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's what you've been waiting for. Angel attack! Ready, fire!
Ha!
Round over.
Alright, well, we're about 12 minutes past the 3-hour mark, so let me go ahead and save this up. And you know what? Let's find out what that last LP is going to get for me. And then we'll call it done. For now.
Another LP? Working me to the bone. But no need to pity me. I was bored anyways. Let me go whip some things into shape for you. It was a close one this time. This bad boy might even be hard for you to get a handle on. Take care of yourself.
Oh boy, a snake whip. See if there are any new techniques for me to take a look at, but I suspect I'm not going to see anything new until after I deal with the first boss, which I'm fairly certain we're going to be seeing very soon. Alright, well that's it from me for now. Until I see you guys, which should be next Sunday, I think. Have a good week.